Hi everyone on Facebook and YouTube. This is the Moral Reform Chronicles. Today, I want to talk with you about the importance of expressing yourself and the different situations. This is a thing today that we sadly don't really pay much attention to, but we also don't think about as we should. You know, I understand that as a people we are struggling with our social skills anymore, and we're going through a lot of stuff today more than we ever have. And I get that there's a lot of negativity today, and I know so many people are scared to express themselves. But the thing of it is that I think we often sadly miss is how can we express ourselves to people and individuals without getting offended, without letting things just bother us. Like when someone says something to you, and it bothers you, you know, are you going to be one of those that just kind of sits there or just stand there or just be quiet for so many days or even a few hours and just let it eat at you? Or are you going to be straightforward and say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't do this or that? I'm going to give you some examples. And this is not to name off any certain people or anything. This is just talking about how we need to conversate more. We need to be straightforward more, as all the generations or like I would say a good bit of them are struggling with this. And it sadly shouldn't be. But I can't make you do this. But this is something we must take into consideration, people. We must. If we don't, we're going to end up destroying ourselves. We are seeing the effect of this even on our television sets. That's how bad it's gotten. There are some people that are way too expressive. I mean, way too expressive. They don't even filter it out. They don't even think it through. They just say it, don't care. It's all about them. Well, we're not going to be talking about a whole lot of the TV part of it, but we're going to be getting into examples of discussion and conversations that can actually help us. For an example, let's say for some reason we're going to go to the most common one, boyfriend girlfriend. Maybe just for a first start off in a conversation. Let's say for some reason, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, mostly this time it'll be, and this is not to be rude or be a sexist or some fascist or whatever. There's just so much to really give thought to. So I'm just using the common thing the way it still is and the way it still kind of is at the same time. Let's say the boyfriend says something to you and you know, he he's not trying to hurt you to be mean. He's just being honest and straightforward. Now, if it's meant out of negative and hurtful intentions, then yeah, you have a reason to be upset and to be offended. But the difference is, let's say he's coming to you about, and don't worry, ladies, I want to talk about, the guy's part as well. So don't worry. I'm not just zero in on any certain sex or people. I'm just saying from both sides. Let's say the guy does say something, but he's not meaning it out of negative intention. He's not. Let's just say that. And it depends on the guy too. You gotta really think about where he's coming from, what he's gone through in his life, his background, his life, his past, everything. I get it that it's hard to just listen to all that stuff that bothers you to an extreme, probably. Maybe not even to an extreme, but still. And but you gotta think too, we are men in the millennial generation, and also the other generations also. So I'm just saying millennial because I think it's probably where from that on down it's kind of getting really bad. But we grew up with two things. One, I say a good bit of us did not, grew up with very hurt dads. That's not easy to go through. And yet people, and it's not just the men, it's the women too, but dads that are hurtful and can't even express themselves. And then there's problems in the childhood because the dad's hurting because of his childhood. So what do we do about that? How do we get past the struggles, the problems, and all these things that the guy may be dealing with? Maybe he doesn't know how to talk like to you like a man should. I still deal with, a little bit of that myself. But hey, the thing of it is, when you're honest and you express what's going on inside of you, ladies, don't be upset at your man just because he doesn't know how to put it out. If he does try to kind of not so much argue, but trying to get out his other part about why he said this and that, I want you to know that's him fighting for you because he wants to be with you, because he loves you. Remember, he's got to be positive and treat you like a lady too. So remember that. And then another thing is, yes, if he's being negative, even after you get upset with him, then remember, yes, he may be at fault for something, but you're also at fault for not taking the time to listen to him. Now, I'm not saying that every situation is like this. Everybody's situation is different. A lot of us live in different cultures, live in different parts of the States and other countries, those who get to watch this video. But my point being again, don't let your emotions and feelings take over, because those things you may be thinking or feeling may not be right with what he's feeling. You gotta remember, we're living in a time where everybody's struggling with something bad, and it's destroying stuff because we don't talk about it enough. We don't think about it enough. We don't even do things enough just to help out with others. We just don't. And it's sad. We want to heal, we want to get better, but yet we're not doing enough to do anything about it. And then also, another thing I'm just going to touch on when it comes to the guys, in a little bit. And so, ladies, give your guy a chance. Boyfriend or whatever he is. Could be your husband. But give him a chance. If he's trying to be positive and he's not yelling at you and he's not getting mad at you, if you hear frustration in his voice, maybe it's because you're not giving him a little bit more of a chance. Understand why he reacts to you the way he does in things. If he's being negative to you. And in any little way that you feel is negative. Maybe he's not seeing it. Give him a chance. Hear his heart out. Let his actions speak the loudest. Now, if he's doing you wrong purposely or he's doing stuff he shouldn't be doing as a man, then yeah. Just saying this little bit of humor to add, drop him like a bomb and run. Seriously. That would hopefully be a lesson learned for him that he needs to hear. And learn. But do it at the same time. And now I'm going to go to talking about the guys part of it. Now, men, boys, all this stuff, I say boys because there's no telling how many young ones are on here. And then also, we have some men nowadays that act like boys. They're not men. They're just men in adult bodies. But they're not real men. They're just boys, sadly. And so I want to talk on that. Guys, here's the thing I want to let you know too. If your lady's struggling with something or going through a lot, don't get mad at her just because she may be yelling at you or saying stuff to you you don't like and she sounds like she's accusing you. I can tell you this. I've been in and out of relationships myself, and I could tell you, that could be her one way of venting to you, letting you know what she's going through. Yes, it may come off as accusing you. And yes, there may be times you may need to stand up for yourself as long as she truly loves you. Don't take offense right away. I'm going to tell you, one of my biggest struggles in any relationship, I get on the defense side too easily and too fast because of bad experiences. That's something I'm always going to have to fight through, have to always get through. So, and I'm always trying to learn how to combat that thing in my life. But what I'm saying to you is, let the other person express. Let them say stuff. But also, again, when they say something, talk about stuff with them. Yes, it may get a little loud at times, depending on the person. But you got to talk about it together with them. Don't get all like, oh, you accuse me of this and that, and you hold it against them for the next couple of weeks negatively. It's one thing if you're holding on to it, you're just trying to prepare because you're scared. That's different. But when you hold on to it negatively, that's where you need to stop. Because if she's going through something at home or something in college or school, whatever it is, her life. Maybe she's got kids and no dad. No, not a dad, but a husband, a boyfriend, someone to help her financially. You don't need to be that jerk who just doesn't care about how she feels. You need to really talk about that. And yes, I know this topic is going on long enough about the dating thing, but it's one of the common things. I'm going to talk about stuff that's uncommon in a little bit. So what I'm saying altogether, once again, people, guys as well, and ladies as well, guys, going back to you. Here's the thing. Don't get all upset with her and bring up the past. That's the worst move you can ever do. The worst. The absolute worst. One of the absolute worst, actually. Not the absolute worst, but one of the absolute worst. So, one of. So, and again, my point is this. Listen to her. Hear her heart. And yes, if you need to say something in correction, do it. But be ready. When ladies get emotional, they get emotional. That's life. Simply life. And so my thing I want you to know, both guys and girls, take the time to understand each other's different point of view. Understand each other's past, your hurts, your pains. But one thing you should do first before getting into a relationship, and I'm going to be honest, I learned this the hard way. I, for too many years, rushed into relationships. I am wrong for that. Though I'd had no wrong intentions, I still am wrong for that. Build a friendship first. Talk to each other. Get to know each other. That doesn't have to just be the boyfriend-girlfriend thing. You don't jump into one relationship and then stop and get into another right away. You build a friendship. Let it be like a year or two or something, if it has to be. Some people, it's maybe several months. But talk about things together. Find out your likes and dislikes. Because you know what? It will save you a lot of heartache. And actually, last few months, I've been doing that more and more. Build a friendship. Now, one thing to remember, there are some people that may not want to do, say, a full-on friendship. They want to do a little bit of something, then, for who knows why, this isn't negative. This isn't talking about sex. Maybe they just want to jump into something after maybe a week or a few days. Not a few days, but like almost a week to a few weeks. Yeah, but you got to think too. Maybe the way they were raised, and also could be the culture. Like I'm talking to someone right now, and I would say it's the culture more than anything else, because I've learned that once that certain culture of people in that one race likes you, they want to snatch you up right away. I'm not giving away any names or anything like that, but I do hope and pray to God that if this were the case and it does move forward in the future, which I'm working to get out of debt first, because I am not going to go and be with somebody while I'm in debt. No. That's where men and women need to do that. Work together. Well, not work together, but work, get out of debt, do something with your life, build your life, do something. Show you have a purpose, that you want to define your purpose. Show that you are something. So do the friendship first. Get to know each other, your likes and dislikes. And after a few months, see if it's worth going into some boyfriend-girlfriend thing. But again, apply what I told you. Try to understand each other's struggles. If you need to correct each other in something, do it all in kindness and respect and compassion. It makes a difference. We don't need yelling. We don't need negativity. Yes, you may be feeling negativity, but it's not worth putting it out. Yelling is not going to do any of us justice. It's not going to make the situation better. It only makes it worse. Some people believe strongly that they need to get mad and yell at each other. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, why'd you do that? That does not help. At least from my experience, it doesn't help. Some people, maybe it does. I don't recommend it, but if they want to do that, then okay. I just say, okay, then if you want to do that, that's up to you. It's your preference, you know? And they'll still say, hey, I feel it's just the best way. I got to express it somehow, or vent. But, that's life. You can't change people. It's just, it is what it is. So getting to another thing that's not so common in conversation. Guy or girl. When guy and girl want to be friends. Just friends. Let's say you're just talking regular conversation and different things, and all of a sudden the guy says something that makes the girl uncomfortable. Ooh. She doesn't take it to you, takes it to someone else. Now who's going to look bad? You, the guy. But also at the same time, there are guys that will tell on a lady. So it goes both ways. Here's the thing though. Don't go express it to someone else. If they make you uncomfortable, or something they said makes you uncomfortable, say something about it. Stop being so quiet and just go into someone else. Now, if you have bad experiences that make it hard for you to express it, then go to someone who's kind of compassionate, that understands you, but don't try to make that guy or girl look like the bad guy. Just don't. Express it in a way where they didn't mean to, but it just made you uncomfortable. Just do that. If you're one who has bad experiences, you can't express it directly, go to someone who that is good about being so calm and kind about stuff, that will do it the right way, because you want to keep that friendship. Okay? Also, don't just go around spreading stuff, guys and girls. Don't spread negativity. You're going to make someone look bad, and then that turns that's already gossip right there. And that gossip, all it does is destroy people's lives. You need to express the problem. You don't need to always go to someone else. It doesn't help all the time. It helps sometimes if you're talking to the right person about it. But don't go spread it. You destroy them, men and women. We need to talk about things together. If we don't, I understand that when there's a culture and stuff, there's some things you just don't do. That's where that varies right there with people and cultures. It's a difference. The difference is if you're in a culture that is good about men and women talking together about their issues and struggles and whatever else, then do it. But if you're in that culture where a girl cannot come to a guy, she has to go to her dad or some, older person that's like a dad or whatever, an uncle, and he has to come nicely to the guy, then okay. Culture is a big deal. So, at the same time, people, we need to talk about these things. If we don't talk about it, you don't give that guy or that girl a chance to correct what they did, and to make up, and still keep that amazing friendship. And you know what? I'm like anybody else. I've made those mistakes. I didn't mean to, but I did. Was I wrong for it? Oh yeah. Yeah, I was definitely wrong for it. But my thing is to you is, please, give that guy or girl a chance. Build a friendship. Talk together. This whole thing with social media, don't get me wrong. I'm taking a break from Facebook and stuff, but I'm still going to do the YouTube videos for you. But my thing is, I want to say again and again and again, express, 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 express. And if you're raising a family that says, don't do this with this opposite sex, don't talk about it with them or whatever, talk about someone else who can relay it, then okay, that's not so much culture, that's just what you're raised up on. So, but I'm telling you again, express, 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 express. It's important. It will save you so much problems and a heartache and pain. It's unreal how much it will save you. And I wish I could touch on a lot more, but I'm just trying to go with some of the stuff that's common and uncommon conversations or subjects to talk about. We got to get this out, folks. Please like and share this content if it is really helpful to you, and if you know a friend that needs it, or a family member, or somebody you know, share it on Facebook, and other places. Let's get the news out, folks. Let's get something out there. Let's try to help each other. Because when we don't help each other, we miss out on the blessings we could be to one another. Whether you're Christian or not, or some other religion and whatever else, just just express it. I'm I'm in my later 20s and I'm still learning. I'm still learning where to do better in. Don't you want to hop on the bandwagon and do something better with your life than just spreading negativity? Whether you mean to or not, when you don't express it, you don't give that person time. Exactly the time that is the positive time, the right time. And there may be some things where bad times come up, whatever that bad time is. Help that person. If they won't take the correction in any way, then yes, drop them. If they don't really, well, not necessarily drop them, but keep the friendship. But if they're still doing stuff you don't like, then yeah, walk away. Pretty much like drop them, but still just more positive sounding. But my point being is, folks, sorry for how I'm having to do my nose and stuff. I don't have a tissue or anything around right now, so I'm also trying to be focused on this video. But please, let's talk about this more. Let's do things more. Let's do something about our social skills. Let's talk more to each other. Not this whole Facebook thing, not this Twitter and Messenger. Yes, if you have people far away, like friends and family, I know that these social media things can be very done wonderfully for the family. But we need to do something outside this social media and computers. We don't need it to destroy us. We need to come together. Please think about this. If you enjoy these videos, please like, share, subscribe, and get the news out. Get all this out, and let's see what we can do together. Because if we work together, we can win together. No one was meant to win alone.